Please be advised that Little Miss Recap contains adult language.
No, you don't need to explain anything to Emily, Brennan.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
No,
I need to.
no.
You're red pilling me.
Brennan,
You're red pilling me.
Brennan.
Hey everyone, welcome to Little Miss Recap, the podcast where we were just talking about this. We have probably 30 episodes left of Married at First Sight, and I mean, I feel 51% okay with that.
No.
Yeah. They drag it out too long. Come on, you have to admit this.
I don't. I love it. I can't admit it.
Guys,
I wish it would go longer, but I just wish there were more experts in the episodes.
Do you just want it to go all year?
I totally could do that.
Oh, see, I feel that way about Sister Wives.
No,
I could watch that all year.
I feel that way about Sister Wives too, but I truly do feel that way about MAFS. Like, I could do this every day of the year. Like, I love it that much.
My name's Amye. I'm here at my bestie Steph. And Steph, you were the first person on earth to hear. You got a sneak peek of our new Sister Wives intro. What'd you think?
I know. It's fucking amazing. And it's hilarious shit.
You can't reveal it. We got to keep them in suspense.
It's great though. It's really funny.
It's good. So that'll be debuting. What else do we have going on? Any other announcements? We're gonna do the Virgin River rewatch. Happening.
Amy made an executive decision, even though nobody wants to hear it.
That's happening, but not until we do Prison Brides.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
You heard it here first, guys. Steph and I are diving into Prison Brides, which is going to be on Lifetime, and it's like a 90-Day Fiancé meets Love After Lockup situation. And we're very excited about it. So
I'm super excited about it because I'm not a huge 90-Day fan, only because I jumped into that way too late, and I just there was too much to catch up on, and I didn't know what was happening, so I gave up. So I understand. Yeah, I'm really excited to start this because it feels like a whole new scene for me, and I'm looking forward to it.
I love Love After Lockup. I was telling you, I can miss 90-Day Fiancé. I could miss it. I don't care. Okay. I will never miss Love After Lockup. Not one episode. I love it so much.
That's how I am about this show, about MAFS.
All right, so we're covering Married at First Sight, Season 17, Episode 10, Breaking Up the Party. I mean, what'd you think of this overall?
Oh, Aim, I have a lot of thoughts this week.
Brennan, complete dickbag, right? Are we on the same page here?
Makes me feel sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
He truly, I don't have words for him that are decent enough for the public to hear. Like, I can't with him. I'm done. He's a disgusting human being. But more so, I'm so confused by Jacob Marley.
Jacob Marley, I have said from the beginning, aka Cam, is going to talk himself right out of this marriage. I said that from the beginning.
You did.
Okay, and here, let me tell you something. I know you're a big Cam fan. Okay?
I am.
The fact that he has clung on to Orion should tell you everything you need to know about him.
I know that, and I don't agree that he's clung on to Orion.
Well, we see upcoming previews, they're growing even closer.
No. Well, I can't go there.
Then again,
I know you guys. You wanted to bang him.
I would have banged Orion.
Exactly. Oh my God.
So let's jump into this. We're going to start with. So this episode was a little tricky. We're going to start with the potluck. Okay. And I took the notes on that. So let me get down to that in my notes. Okay. Potluck. So everybody's gathering together and Brennan is being passive aggressive with Cam. So like Cam is like, whoa, you guys didn't bring enough. Or I don't know. So they're talking about how much food everybody brought. And Cam's like, well, if you didn't bring 75 trays of biscuits, we wouldn't have enough. I don't know what there's math involved. I don't know what's happening.
What he actually said is if 8 of us brought enough for 8 people, we'd have enough food. We'd have way too much food. And he made sense.
Right.
Don't come at him.
Brennan goes, gee, you're brilliant. Fuck right off, Brennan. Yes. I am not here for his bullshit today. He has caught me on the wrong day.
Same.
All right. So Lauren shows up, and then Orion has the fucking balls to show up.
And he walks in and touches her. Don't touch her.
I know.
Do not put your hands near her.
Hands off of her.
Uh-huh. You fucker.
So now we're going to start with who I'm calling Bremily.
Okay.
So they discuss housewarmings, and Brennan immediately is like, her friends attacked me. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect it to be so aggressive. Mm-hmm. And he's like, we're going through some bumps, and I'm just letting you know because we looked great on the honeymoon, but no. So Lauren in her passive aggressiveness is amazing because Orion's sitting right next to her like an idiot, and she's going,
so great.
Well, I give you a lot of credit because at least when something's going on, you have the balls to stick it out. And she like glares over. It's
good
wonderful.
For her.
Yeah.
I am here for her energy. Truly.
Me too. She's the queen.
Hero.
She's the queen. Yeah. So now we scoot on over to Orion. And Orion says, Lauren and I want a divorce. And she goes, not Lauren and I. I want a divorce. Mm-hmm. And Lauren shades the fuck out of him.
And it's so great.
Claire goes, when did you make this decision? And Lauren literally goes, which time? He made the decision 15 times and changed his mind. I'm here for this.
Me too. She's calling him right out, and it's so perfect because he sits there like a fucking asshole because he knows she's right. He can't even defend himself.
He absolutely knows she's right.
So great.
She tells everyone Orion didn't give this a chance, and then she says, you slut-shamed me. She calls him right out. And you called me a failure. And then she calls him, when he's trying to defend himself, a gaslighter. And everyone else is like, this is quite uncomfortable. Then he says, it is alarming how easy it is for us to fall in and out of love. I'm doing the shoulder shimmy.
The shimmy?
For us to fall in and out. But when I do that, my boobs are all over the place. And
someone's going to get knocked out.
Somebody's going to get a black eye. He says, there is a disconnect regarding our communication. What? You know what? You fuck yourself too. How about that?
Please, sir.
So now we go to Clam. And Cam tells Lauren, you're not alone. There's chemistry romance issues here too. I'm doing the queen a little bit.
I hate her.
He says, we don't agree on how we'll raise our children. And that's a big problem. And Claire says it makes her sad because she respects him so much. And he says he is head over heels for her.
I know.
And everyone jokes that they'll cry. Like, oh, you have us crying. And Claire's even like, don't make me cry. And I don't know if you caught this. But Bro Brennan from the background goes, oh, you're going to make me cry. And I haven't cried since 2nd grade because boys don't cry. Whatever, dude. He literally said, I haven't cried since 2nd grade.
I hate him.
Are you proud of that?
Sir, we hate you.
Okay. Cam says, we do have our own special chemistry, even though it's a little fiery. It's ours. And he says, we get along. And Claire says, I understand how the experts thought we would challenge each other. And we do like to be challenged. Why these experts would pair an atheist with someone who is super religious, what are they doing?
I don't know. And what bothered me the most about this group setting is I feel like it's the first time, at least as a group, that we've seen these people truly say like real things. That might not even make sense. But I felt like they were all, with the exception of Brennan, they were all being super vulnerable and open. And I felt like this was a missed opportunity for the experts to jump in here.
Okay.
Like, I really think if the experts were a part of this group, we could have gotten so much deeper. And I think so many of these, like I think Becca and Austin and Clam, I think especially, my dog is moaning. She stretched. I'm sorry.
Thought it was a cow in your
No, that was
background.
Josie. But I feel like I think
So
with the proper guidance, I do think there is hope for some of these couples. Well, my two anyway. And I really do believe that had the experts been a part of this conversation, I think we could have gotten somewhere here. Do you not?
this reminds me of when we had the poolside chat with Kristen and Mitch.
Yes.
And there was it Dr. Pepper was there?
Yes, I
And
believe you're
somebody
right.
said something about Dr. Pepper, and she comes out and she's like, I'm right here. I forget who said something about her.
I don't remember either.
But yeah, like having the experts here would have helped 100%.
Just I feel like it's the first time any of them were actually like truly being vulnerable.
I just don't know why you would like we knew meeting Claire in the beginning that she was super religious.
Yeah, we
That her
did.
faith was really important to her.
Mhm.
Anyway, okay.
Oh, it drives me
Now we're
nuts.
scooting over to Becca and Austin.
Okay.
And Austin says they're having similar issues. Then there's an editing fuck up. I
And
don't know if you caught this.
I did not, but now that you've pointed it out, it's super fucking weird.
Guys, I
And you
have
want to
the
share it?
video and I'm putting it in the group. It goes like this. He's like, Austin says, oh, things are okay with us. I mean, we hit a little snag with the religion thing too. And then the camera doesn't show him. And
Mhm.
there's a totally different intonation in his voice. And he goes,
Mhm.
and my slower intimacy speed.
Yeah.
So that was clearly dubbed in. And I
It's
don't know why they're doing this.
It's totally dubbed in, and I don't know why either. And I didn't catch it until you pointed it out, but once
Mm-hmm.
you did, it's hard not to hear now.
Yeah, I'll put it in the
Mhm.
group. Backdoor friends. If you're not in there, get in there. What the hell are you doing with your life? So they don't show him saying it on camera. It's weird. He says, "This is why we waited so long to have difficult conversations because I want to know her heart before those conversations could possibly break us up." And Becca is sad that all of them are struggling and she wants to hug everyone. Then at the
Mhm.
end, they do a group hug and then at the end the cameras go away and Lauren breaks down sobbing. And a
I can't watch her
producer
cry.
comes over and comforts her.
I know.
I'm like, "Who is that producer? Give them a medal."
I know. Amy, I have to tell you, I don't usually get affected by watching people cry. Like, it's a weird thing.
Mhm.
But for some reason, when Lauren cries, my fucking heart breaks.
I
And
just
that's a
love her.
lot for me. I do
Mhm.
too, because I don't usually feel that way about people because I usually hate
Mhm.
them.
No, I agree, I
But
agree.
watching those tears just pour out of her face because you know it's so genuine and she's
Yeah.
so hurt is really hard to watch. Like, I
He
want
is
so
the
badly
devil.
for them to do right by her. They need to find her a husband.
Did I just say
Please.
he's the devil? I
Yeah,
sounded like I
and
was in 5th grade. He's the devil!
you sounded like, Christopher. Preach!
So
Orion is the devil!
let's go into Clam. Let's get them over
Oh,
with.
alright.
Let's watch Clam talk himself out of a good marriage.
Alright, you guys. So, we open with our boy Jacob Marley. For some reason, every week we open with these two in bed in the morning, and it's so stupid.
Yeah, I don't know what's
It's
going
so
on there.
unnatural, but
Mhm.
whatever. So they're talking a little bit about his dad, and he just says, I didn't talk about the thing with my dad because it's been going on for so many years, and I feel like I've already grieved it and processed it, that it's just not something that I open up all the time. Which
Yeah.
makes sense to me in a way, but not. Like, that's still something you tell your wife.
And
Um,
again, they showed the footage. Okay, so on After
I
Party
know,
last week, they showed the footage of her asking him,
I
"Do
know.
your parents," she literally said, "Do your parents know about this?"
And he says, "Yes, and I'm hoping that we'll go back to New Zealand."
Yes.
Yeah, I saw
So
that.
when they showed it to her on After Party, though, she started crying.
I know.
It was intense.
I know.
Okay.
Um, but she's being understanding about the dad thing, and it's fine. But I'm feeling like we're slipping into some weird shit here.
Mm.
Later, they're again at the apartment and they're having a nice dinner, and Cameron makes a goofy comment about mastification, which I thought was hilarious because
you know it means chewing.
Chewing, yeah. Because all of his jokes I get, but they're not landing with her. Like, she's not finding any of him the least bit funny.
I get his jokes, but I don't think they're funny.
Well, see, I do, because
I get it, but
do you know
whatever.
what I think it is? I see so much of myself in him, and I really saw it this week, and I'm embarrassed because now you guys are all, like, if you don't already think I'm weird, you're gonna really think I'm weird.
I don't think you're socially awkward at all.
I'm not socially awkward.
I think he's socially awkward.
I do too, but there's something about his need for acceptance and wanting to feel wanted, and I that I relate to so hard that I'm just like, I want to hug him because, like, I see him in a way that I don't think you are. And I think it's just because I relate to him. It doesn't matter. I talked about
he
this so
comes
much
off
last week.
This is real unpopular, but I think he's a little stuck up and snobby. That's
See, I don't. I think it's
he thinks he's the smartest man in the room.
I don't think that at all. But anyway, so Cam tells Claire that he feels like they're stuck, don't you? She agrees, and he tells the camera that he just wants to feel wanted, and her body language and her actions are not making him feel that way. And I get it. I see that. We see you, Cam.
Yeah.
But then Claire goes on to say to Cameron, there's zero romance, and she indicates that it's on both sides. And she's done this before. And what I don't understand when she does this is why she's making that assumption for him, because we all see something else, right?
Because I think she thinks, and she said it a few times, that he's not making a move. They're stuck in the he's not making a move because he doesn't think she'd be receptive. And she's stuck in the I would be receptive, but he's not making a move.
I know, it's so stupid.
Right. So if only we had like an expert here that could say these words to them.
I know. So, and I really thought it was mature of him that he was like, so are there things that I'm doing that turn you off or turn you on? And she goes on to say, like, no, there are things that you do that turn me on. And she's like, I love that you're in tune with my emotions. And like, she points out some like really valid reasons.
And very specific things.
Yes, which was great. But he says, okay, so, but what are the things, like, am I doing something that's turning you off? And she can't come up with anything. And I'm like, come on, you guys, get it together. Like, I just want to smash their heads together. It's so annoying. Cam says that he thinks it would feel natural, like if he just wanted to like walk over and kiss her. And she's like, that's not natural to me. He doesn't agree. And again, we're just seeing this back and forth. And we start to see the weird shit happening. He starts
you said, and I agree with you. You said 2-3 weeks ago, she's not into him.
She's not. And I think that's what it is. And I feel that way even more this week.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And she's like, I'm not ready to engage in behavior that is sexual in nature with you, or whatever she says. And it was just really strange the way that the words came out of her mouth.
It was really like boundaried. Like, I'm putting this physical boundary up. Don't touch me.
Exactly. And I'm thinking, well, of course he's not going to touch you because I'm scared of you. Like, right? Like, I wouldn't touch you either with a 10. I wouldn't touch you with Orion's dick. How about that?
Whoa. And that's not a 10-foot pole.
And that's not well, you thought it was. You had all the big dick energy.
I do think he has a big dick, but I don't think it's 10 feet long.
I don't know, Amy. So, but then we see Claire get a little bit vulnerable, and this was uncomfortable for me to watch because I didn't know what to do with her when she's like this. When she says that now she feels guilty for not being enough, and she's starting to tear up, and I'm thinking, yeah, because you're not. You're giving this dude nothing. I'm sorry.
Right. It's not that you're not enough. It's that you're not giving him enough.
And she's not, Amy.
Yeah,
she's not. I know we can go back and forth on it a million times, but if you really watch these two closely, she's got
the ick.
She's got the ick, and I can see it. And I feel bad for him because I don't think he's icky at all.
And it's hard to undo the ick once it's there.
I know. And he says to her, so do you feel like there's a 0.1% chance that this is going to work out? And she's like, thinking and thinking, and she's like, no. And you could see the blood drain from his face because he's so hurt.
No,
She's like, I think it's
I
more than that.
interpreted that yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah,
interpreted it
but
as a
you
good
could
thing.
but I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, there was such a pause after
Yeah.
she said that you could see the blood drain from his face, and
Can
then
I
she was
interrupt
like,
you?
"Of course. Please do. I talk too much."
I love your Cam imitation so much. I need a little bit more of it. I don't wanna do the whole entire dialogue as him, but
Oh.
when you can, pepper it in because it's so good and it makes me giggle.
So I purposely don't pepper it in because you yell at me not to when I do
No,
it.
I think it's brilliant. I don't think we can do it the entire time,
No,
but
I mean, I couldn't either.
I love those little peppered
Oh, I know.
pieces of it.
I love him.
Okay.
So what I think he's trying to say here to her is that so they start talking about, can we move forward? And what I'm gathering from this conversation is, again, like you said, he's just trying to talk himself out of it. And I can completely see that it's because he's getting feelings. He has feelings and he
Mhm.
wants to be close. Like, he really wants this to work.
Mhm.
But he's not getting anything from her. And now we see him, he's just like, oh, I'm just going to put up my wall then because I need to protect myself. And that's
Mhm.
where I really see him, because I do that.
Well, and he said, I don't know if this is the part, but at some point he says, "After talking," you do it, please. "After talking with Orion, I've decided I need to protect myself." You
Yes.
say it.
So I'm getting there. So after
Okay.
the group's meeting, um, Claire says that she feels better knowing that the others are struggling too. And Cam
Mhm.
says, well, you know, we might have our issues, but at least we're talking about them. And he's literally really calling these other couples out on their shit. And he's like, actually, I'm inspired by Orion to start considering myself more. And I'm
Mhm.
like, what the actual fuck are you talking about, dude? I am so confused by you now. So my take on this is that I think when he saw Orion say, I'm bowing out of this because it's not good for me, because he's
Mhm.
a dickbag, I think Cameron interpreted that as he's emotionally intelligent and he knows how to protect himself. So maybe I need to do that.
Mhm.
This is why, if there were experts in this fucking room,
I
this
know.
conversation wouldn't have gone this way.
Like, we need a
Because,
little
I mean,
Pastor Cal going, "If there's
if
anyone you should be emulating in this experiment, it's
it's
not
not
Orion."
him, right,
No.
and any of these experts would be saying that, but they're
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
here to
Yeah.
navigate this. So
Agree.
we're watching these 2 that I feel have so much fucking
Just
potential
implode.
just implode because there's no one helping them. I don't know. I'm so fucking irritated by it. So they're meeting with Dr. Pia, and Dr. Pia immediately notices that neither of them are wearing their wedding rings.
Which they took off their rings?
I know. What? That was
Okay.
super. I didn't see
Yeah,
that
that was
coming.
wild.
All right. And they've said that they've decided their long term viability is just not there.
Yeah, and
Pia,
Dr. P is like, "What the
what the
fuck,
fuck?
dude?"
Mhm. So Dr. Pia is like, I just am going to ask you to give it more time to process.
Mhm.
They both say that they're compatible, and they're going on and on about all the ways that they're compatible. And I love that he does this. Cameron's like, she's always the smartest person that I've ever been with. And I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, he really likes her. He feels so good with her. He says the more time he spends with her, the more attached he's getting. But now he feels like it's time to protect himself because he knows that their future is bleak and they're only going to get hurt. And
Mhm.
that's where I'm like, oh my God, Pia, step it the fuck up and do something. And
Yeah,
she
but you know
blows
what?
it.
This is never gonna work because
I
not
disagree.
only do they have the major religion difference, but she clearly has the ick. And also, he's always going to Cam has a very specific type of humor, which I get and you get.
Mhm.
He's always going to make jokes that are going to offend her. She's not going to get them.
I
And
know.
it's just going to be a cycle of that. And like, they're too young to sign up for that if they don't have to. Do you know
Maybe,
what I
I
mean?
don't know. I mean, Claire says to Pia that they're both not doing their best mentally. And if they have to put themselves first, then that is what it is. They've exhausted all options. And Dr.
Yeah.
Pia's like, I'm confused. And I'm over here like, same girl, fucking same.
Yep.
So instead of her giving them like some real fucking advice, Dr. Pia recommends that they just focus on having more fun and being in the moment. Stop talking about kids, romance, sex, and religion until you meet with the experts again.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I
Which will
agreed with
be
that.
17 weeks from now.
But exactly, when is that
Mhm.
gonna happen?
Mhm.
That's not realistic. It's just not if they're not meeting regularly, you know?
Yeah.
So she asks them to both give it some more time, and Claire agrees that she would, but Cam says that he needs to sleep on it. I've got to sleep on this advice because I know myself and I know that I need time to think about it before I commit because,
Mhm.
it's just not what I do. And I don't think that I would be genuine if I committed right now until I sleep on it. I'm like, okay, dude,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
And Pia's just like, okay, I respect that. And I'm like, what?
I
Whatever.
know. I know.
But I feel like Pia was a huge fucking fail here. And
Yeah.
I'm putting
Well,
Pia.
did she see them after her big fight with Fremily? Because,
I don't know.
she
Maybe
might have
she
been
was just,
rattled.
yeah, she was just
Mhm.
exhausted at that
Mhm.
point. Right.
Right.
So post Pia, they're back at the apartment and Cam's asking her, do you want me to stay? And
Mhm.
she's like, what the fuck do you mean? Like,
He
I don't
is,
want to
like,
keep you
done. He
here.
decided this is over. See,
So I disagree with you. Go
I
ahead
feel
though.
like Cam is like me in that I don't do well in the undecided. Like,
Same.
we're either in or out.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Mm-hmm.
think he, at this point, wanted to hear that she is 100% in. And since
Exactly.
she's not, then he's like, "Okay,
He's
then
like,
we're
"Okay, I'm
done."
done."
Mhm.
Exactly. But, like, can we fault him for that? I
Oh, no, I'm
completely
not faulting
understand
him
it,
for
you
it. No, no,
know?
no. Yeah, I'm not
Um,
faulting him for it. I just think it's a rush to judgment.
I do too.
Mhm.
But again, like, we can see him, he's like, I just wanna hug him because I feel like I'm just watching him say, like, "Pick me, choose me,
There
say you
is
wanna try," and she's just not doing it,
You
and it
have to agree
sucks.
there is well, I shouldn't say you have to agree. You might not. I feel like there is 0 chemistry between these 2. I think they would be good friends and they respect each other, but there's 0 sexual chemistry between
See,
them.
I feel if she would let her guard down a little bit.
Loosen up.
No, truly, if she would take the
This
massive
is Queen Elizabeth with a
your
message to
favorite.
all of my subjects. I need you to loosen up and act like it is Victory in England Day,
A
1945, when I went to the Ritz with my sister Margaret and I got blasted and fucked around with some soldiers in
I
the basement.
Can I just throw all the Emmys at you? Because that's the greatest fucking impersonation of anyone I've ever heard of all time.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's literally the only one I can do,
Ah.
so I lean on it quite a bit.
Ah,
Okay.
dude, so, like, Cameron says again, like, he wants t "I want to love you," and, like,
Mhm.
come on, Claire.
I
He's if some
want you to want me.
I
Need
need you everyone hates
you
us, I'm not
to
even
need
gonna do
me.
this. But, like, I'm so hurt for him because he's trying so hard, and we can see he's trying to be stoic here. And his saying, like, "Do you want me to leave?" is like, he's just wanting her to say, like, "Hey,
No.
let's try something else,"
Yeah.
right?
Like,
And she's just not
let's
doing
try
it.
doggy style, and he would be right there.
Right.
Mhm.
But I'm not gonna lie, and I've said it I'm gonna say it again, this is her, guys. I'm not buying that any of this is him. You're not
Okay.
gonna get me to believe it. Um, and again, he starts bringing up the future, and Claire's like, "No, we told Pia that we weren't gonna do that."
Mhm.
And he's like, "Okay." And then he goes, "So how do you feel if I sleep in the spare bed tonight and we see
Mhm.
what that's like?" And she's like, "Oh, okay, great." Like she's all into this. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
"Come on,
Mhm.
Claire. Like
Mhm.
you're right. That's all I have on them. I'm just going to end it by saying Pia failed them big time.
Mm.
There was a huge fucking opportunity for her here and she fucking blew it. If they don't make it, it's because of this day. I'm
I
telling you
don't
right
think
now."
the advice she gave them was bad, though, which was like, "Stop being in your heads. Just live in
No.
the moment and see what happens."
I don't think it was bad advice either. I just don't think it was enough advice. It wasn't
Okay.
deep enough. I think when they're struggling that hard on children and religion and all of there needed to be a deeper conversation. And
And
she
it's
didn't
only
go
week
there.
3.
And it's
Only
only
week 3.
right. But that's
Mhm.
what I'm saying. Like,
Mhm.
come on, guys, get it together. I
You
don't know.
ready?
I'm really sad about this.
Are you ready to go from sad to in a blind rage?
Do we want to save them for last?
No, I'm going to do them now.
Okay.
Because I need to end on a palate cleanser of Austin and Becca.
Are they a palate cleanser?
They're better than this fucking guy.
All right.
Hey everyone, stay tuned. Little Miss Recap will be right back after these words.
Hit it.
So, Brendan is making bacon, eggs, and toast with no butter. Thoughts,
Yeah.
Stephanie?
You're a fucking asshole. Just goodbye.
Okay.
Don't make me anything without butter being an option to put on anything. I don't care.
Here's what you can do if you have no butter. This is really lame, but I'm thinking to myself, because I gave this way too much thought. What would I do if I had toast with no butter?
I know what I would do.
So I would throw the toast away. But if I had to have the toast, I would saute it face down in a little bit of olive oil with some herbs in it.
Yes,
and then put a little sprinkling of salt.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go.
Done.
Okay. So Emily is again apologizing for her friends. And she's like, it's not how I wanted our first night to go. And he's trying not to take it personally. He's like, I'm trying not to take it personally. That was attacked. And he's like, I guess I could have handled it better, but like they really came for me and I had to stand up for myself in my marriage.
I don't know, dude.
This guy is everything that sets me off about bros.
Me too. Like,
I apologize. I cannot be objective here.
I can't either. And I'm so triggered by him.
Me too.
He just makes me want to punch my TV. Truly.
So if you guys need to like skip this, go ahead like 10 minutes.
We understand.
I will not be objective here. I hate him.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
So Emily's like, I don't want you to think anything less of me. And he's like, I'm treating it as a one night, one off. It's not your fault. Just forgive and forget. Yeah, he seems real forgetful and forgiving. So later they go to Pilates and Emily's like, we're having a great day together. It's so cute. It's going to be so much fun. And this is Emily's regular class. So like she's a pro and you could tell that he is struggling to keep up and that is hurting his little man pride.
I know. And it's so great for me.
Yep. So after class, he says he likes it and it was cool to see Emily in her element and he would do this again. He would.
Interesting.
And I just have a note here. It's day 19 of marriage. Not even 3 weeks yet. So I'm telling you, this show's going to go 6 months.
It's only day 19.
Okay. So now Dr. Pia is coming. And I want to say something. Before Dr. Pia got there, Brennan said the most telling statement of all. He said, Emily said, so are you excited to meet with Dr. Pia? And he goes, yeah, I wonder what her intentions are. Who says that about a therapist? I wonder what her intentions are.
That's like, I interpret that as an immediate admission of a guilt of something. He's guilty of something.
Yeah, or like
guilt admission because he's got some shit to hide. He doesn't want to be called out on his shit.
But he also thinks that therapists have an agenda, which tells me he doesn't believe in therapy, 100%. Which is fine, whatever. But Emily's so brilliant. I'm going to give her all the kudos here. She smiles and she goes, maybe you should ask her.
I know.
Brilliant. All right. So Brennan is beyond uncomfortable because I don't talk about my feelings because real men don't. And Emily starts by telling Dr. Pia, like, they had a rocky week, but they seem to be back on track. And she says, however, there's like a disconnect. There's not really any chemistry here. So we're trying to give it time and let it see if we can grow. And Emily says, I think the key to this is being super open, even if it's hard. And she's right. She is right. She says, talking about emotions is not Brennan's thing. And he agrees. And then he punches a wall. No, I'm just kidding. He doesn't. But he wants to.
He may have. They probably cut it.
So Pia says, Pia presses him for a reason why he's not feeling attraction. Bren goes, let's be mindful here. about Emily. Oh, okay, because with the trained therapist in the room, dude, you're the only one with the emotional intelligence to understand that you shouldn't say shit about your wife. Pia's like, no shit, dude. It's literally my job to keep people emotionally healthy. Like, I'm not going to rip your wife down and say that she has, like, saggy tits or something. Like, what are you fucking talking about?
I have a theory. Another one.
That he hates all women?
Yes, but
okay.
You might want to cut this, but I'm going to say it anyway. And if you want to cut it, you can cut it. I think because he's a huge douchebag and he thinks his shit doesn't stink and that he deserves the world, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is a weight thing for him.
People have said something about this. Now, I want to be very clear. Emily is a beautiful woman with a perfect body.
100.
But you're right. Like, he wants like a Twiggy model type. Yes.
Please don't take it that way. I am not. She's fucking gorgeous, and
I'm just clarifying for our audience. I understand what you're saying.
Me too, but I'm also clarifying that that's not how I like that. I don't
not how
see her that way.
Right.
No.
Yes.
But I think truly that he thought he was gonna walk into this show and get this like what supermodel. He thinks is some smoking hot supermodel of a wife that he's gonna be like, oh, like, grinding up on, and he didn't get that.
Instead, he got like a strong, intelligent woman. And he doesn't know how to fucking handle it.
Thank you.
So Pia's like, look, my intention is to figure out what we're doing now and how we got to this place and then how to go forward. Like, that is my hidden agenda, Brennan.
I don't know. I have a different take on her right now, though.
She's like, but we need to be frank and we need to be honest. And Pia says, are you holding back because you don't want to hurt Emily's feelings? And Brennan says, yes, I'm mindful to be respectful. Dear Brennan, come closer if you're listening. I hope you're not, but come closer.
Oh, I hope you are, motherfucker.
Your attempts to look good on camera are having the exact opposite effect that you are hoping for. Because you're curating your douchiness is real douchey. I don't know. Because I lost words.
He's completely disingenuous. That's why. Like, none of this is real.
None of this is real.
I hate him.
So Pia asks, so when he says this, Emily squirms. And he says, and Pia says, Emily, what's behind? No, we're gonna react this. This is where we reenact. Okay. So your role is you're gonna be Dr. Pia, and you're just trying to get Emily to answer something. Okay. And I'm gonna be Brennan. Okay. So you're gonna start asking Emily why she's making that face.
So Emily, tell me, I see you making, you have a reaction. What does that mean when you squint your eyes and you're
Sorry, that's just my seething rage.
Oh.
That's just Emily. That's the face she makes.
Wait, no, Brennan. Brennan, I'm talking to Emily.
No, I know you are. I'm trying to explain it to Emily.
No, you don't need to explain anything to Emily, Brennan.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
No,
I need to. You're red pilling me. You're red pilling me.
Brennan, Emily can speak for herself. Brennan.
You're just trying to brainwash me. You're just a woman trying to brainwash me.
Brennan, I am talking to Emily. You will get your turn.
How about I punch a wall? Emily, tell her you love me. Tell her I'm great. Tell her my dick is huge, Emily. Tell her.
Brennan, you need therapy. And I'm going to leave it at that.
What the fuck?
You need to get individual therapy.
Oh, therapy's great for other people.
Brennan, you need individual therapy. I'm going to talk to Emily now. I can't even do this. It's so bad.
So wait, then Dr. Pia spends a whole 10 minutes trying to get Brennan to identify one feeling.
One feeling.
Just tell me one feeling.
And he can't.
Like,
he can't. I can't understand him.
Here's a PSA, guys. If somebody's pressing you to identify how you're feeling and you don't know how you feel, guess what? Confused is a feeling. You could be like, I don't know, I'm confused because I don't know how I feel. That's a feeling.
Or I'm confused because I'm feeling something that I don't recognize or anything.
Whatever.
Something. Exactly.
He's like, what's a feeling? My dad told me I'm a pussy if I have a feeling.
Yeah. I don't have a feeling. That's what I'm saying. I have no feeling
This
about this. I just don't
motherfucker,
have a
his
feeling.
his misogyny is so barely below the surface of everything he says, it
I
drives me
know.
crazy.
But before you finish this up, I need to break Pia down a little bit here because
Okay.
I'm really upset by her.
I thought she handled herself well here.
I don't. I
Okay.
think she handled herself well. What I
Mhm.
did not like is how she ended this. So
Ho So she ended
she
it by
ends
suggesting that he go to individual therapy to learn how to identify his feelings because he
correct.
can't have a conversation if he doesn't know what a feeling is.
And she's not wrong.
Yeah.
However, in this moment, he's clearly hostile.
Mhm. He's aggro.
He's clearly yeah, 100%.
Mhm.
So why would you say something like that? You need individual therapy to an asshole that you already know is not open to therapy in any way, shape, or form, who just tried to belittle you in a therapy setting. You're gonna say, hold up, you're gonna say that to this hostile piece of fucking shit and send him back with her alone?
I don't know
I'm
what she
sorry.
could have said. I
They
don't know what
needed
she could have
Dr.
said.
Pepper stat. I'm
No,
telling you
you
the
know who
problem,
you
they
know who
needed
they
Pastor
needed.
Cal. I know.
'Cause Brennan
But
will only respect men.
men, you're
So
right.
they needed Pastor Cal in there to
Mhm.
give him some bro talk.
But that's why I'm saying everybody's gonna come for me, and I'm okay with it. I just think Pia's a shit-ass therapist, I'm sorry.
Mm,
I think she's
okay.
got good ideas. I just think she doesn't know how to handle somebody like Brennan, and I don't think she was the person to therapize these 2 in this setting because he's fucking hostile, and she was basically like, "Oh, you're hostile. You need help. Go get help and then come back to me," is kinda how she sent him off on his way. And I think she fucked Emily over in a big way by doing that because now he's even more hostile because hear me out, he walked away from this feeling like, oh, so
Attacked.
Emily,
Attacked.
exactly.
Mhm.
And that's not what you want with somebody that's a fucking narcissist like this. And I know this because I've had a ton of therapy regarding my ex, whatever. And our therapist would never have done this to me. She
Well, you know
basically
who could have handled this.
I know, but what I'm saying, if you really break this down, what Pia did was she poured gasoline around the 2 of them
No,
and handed him a match
I
and left
hear what you're
Emily in the
saying.
middle of this circle.
I
I'm
hear what
done
you're
with her.
saying, and based on what we saw, I get what you're saying, but we don't know how long this session goes. On After Party, they said sometimes they meet with the experts for 2 hours. We saw 10 minutes of it.
I know,
Do
but
you know
then
what I mean? So we
shame
don't know
I
what
know, and then I'm
happened.
sorry, but then,
That's
like,
okay.
shame on the experts, though, for not or shame on the producers or whatever for not putting that
Mhm.
shit in there because
Yeah.
now they're making it look worse than it is then, and I don't like that either.
I just feel like Dr. Viviana could have ripped into him a little bit.
Yes.
Pepper, I don't think he would have respected Pepper.
You're
Doc,
right,
we needed Pastor Cal.
we needed Pastor Cal. I was
Mhm.
wrong with the "we need Dr. Pepper." I just know
No, I think I just this dude barely respects women,
I know.
barely. So,
And
I
blows my mind that the experts didn't pick up on this when, like, during, like, the interview process. Like,
I know.
how?
I know. I know.
Like, it's actually it's a little bit concerning to me because he's somebody that really makes me feel physically uncomfortable, and I
And
don't know how no one picked up on that.
I just wanna be clear that I am basing my "he doesn't respect women" on a few things. Number
Yeah.
1 is how he treats Emily off camera and on, which he has talked about on After Party. Number
Mhm.
2, how we have seen him interact with women. Number 3, how he told Emily that when he is in a rage, she'll know it, and the only people that have ever brought that out in him are his parents, and I have no doubt it's his mother.
Yep.
So
Again,
that's what I'm
agree.
basing it on. This guy is not a good dude. He needs
Mm-mm.
therapy. P is
He
right
does.
about that.
He's not
Okay.
wrong. I just don't think
So
that that's the thing you say to somebody like him.
so later he'll never get it. He'll never get it.
Well, he
So
won't get
late
it.
no. Later at home, Brennan is like, "I don't know why the fuck she would want me to go to therapy." Like, and Emily's like, "Well, because you couldn't identify a feeling." And he's like,
Yeah.
"But I don't have feelings for you."
I
Like, he doesn't understand that indifference and being turned off is
is a
also a
feeling.
feeling.
He doesn't he's just really dumb.
He's
I'm
so
sorry.
emotionally not intelligent.
Mhm.
So Emily says, I think you are sharing your feelings as much as you can, and that's kind of the point, that it's not much.
Right.
And he goes, "Okay, do you see why I'm getting frustrated right now?" Like, he turned. She says, "Why are you being negative? It should be me who's pissed off here. Like, why are you getting pissed off?"
Yeah.
And he says, "There's a disconnect because I did not leave that session feeling good." And Emily's like, "Well, I did." And Brennan says, "It's not a good feeling when someone tells you need therapy." And Emily goes, this is great.
Here we go.
"I understand, little baby boy, that that was a hard recommendation for you, but it's an important piece of solving this problem." And then, with his back to us, in a weird dubbed voice, he supposedly says, "I understand you think I need therapy, but it's never going to happen."
Whoa.
I don't think he said that.
You don't.
I don't think he said it. Mm-mm.
Okay. You're probably right.
I don't think he said it. I think this is more of that weird fucking editing,
Yeah.
and
That
I just
they wanted to do him dirty.
right, like, he probably
Yeah.
said something,
Yeah, and
but
they
I
did
think
him dirty.
production hates him as much as we do.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm okay with that.
I
That's
need to take a
terrible.
deep breath now.
I know.
Okay.
What do we think is
I'm
gonna
sorry,
happen?
guys. Like I said, I realize I'm bringing some of my own shit to this. He triggers
Oh,
the fuck out of me. I don't know
me
what it
too.
is. I'm afraid for her. She's too
Me
good
too.
for him. She needs to run, 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 run.
Me too.
Yeah.
He reminds me so much of my ex-husband, like,
Yep.
truly,
Yep. I see it.
not only
Mhm.
physically, but,
Mhm.
like, all of the
No, I
th
see it.
he is
I see
it's
it.
he
Yeah.
when I say he makes, like, I get like, there's a visceral reaction that happens
Yeah.
with me when he's
He's
talking,
I
truly.
I don't feel like he has been a monster yet, but I feel like he's capable
Oh,
of it.
he is capable. We just
Mhm.
haven't really seen it.
Right.
Trust me, he's capable. I can see
Yeah.
him a mile away.
All right, go ahead, girl. Let's finish with our dream
Becca
couple,
Becca and Butthead.
Becca and Butthead.
No.
Do you know I am so annoyed, speaking of annoying chuckles and laughter, I am so annoyed by Seth Rogen that I cannot listen to any single interview he ever gives, ever.
Oh, see, I love Seth Rogen
I
so
love him
hard.
too. He's a great human being.
I know.
But him with the after
I
every
know.
sentence, I can't even listen to him.
I know. I love him, though. I don't even care.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All
Okay,
right.
go on.
So, Becca and Butthead, we open with them playing some ridiculous game, which I tried to hear. I rewound a million times. I still don't know what they called this game. I could have looked at
It was a card game and people were getting
but they were
pegged. I don't know
pegged.
what was going on.
No. So we can see our poor girl Becca is trying real hard
Poor
to,
Becca.
to create some kind of goofy sexual energy here, and it's not landing.
Mhm.
Or I should say maybe it's landing, but Austin is just like long jump hurling over it. Like
Yes. Yes.
he is
Yes.
not here for it.
No.
Oh. So they meet with Dr. Pia. I don't have a ton of notes on them because we don't
That's
have
fine. Not
much.
much happened. Yep.
So they're meeting with Dr. Pia. Becca's, telling Pia that she wants more intimacy. Duh, we've been hearing this over and over again, which has been hard for her. And Pia starts to pressure him a little bit and pressures him, but doesn't. And again, I'm annoyed by her. She's pissing me off this
Stephanie
week.
versus Dr. Pia.
Seriously, it's coming, you guys. I'm gonna make like a battle. Like there's gonna be like a meme or a T-shirt with us duking it out.
There you go.
So Pia pressures him, and he says, he wants, I want more of like an emotional connection because he wants it to be more special than just banging. And I'm like, okay, dude,
Mhm.
shut up. Like, just
Mhm.
shut up. You
Mhm.
can't have it both ways. You can't be like, life of the party, her bestie guy, and then say that you want something completely different than what you're willing to give. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know what he's getting at here. I'm so
Yeah.
confused by him.
Yep.
But yeah, he wants more of a true connection. Yeah, I don't know. I need more time. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't
And
know
that's
what
all
to
he
make of this
says.
guy. I
I don't
really don't know
either.
what to make of this guy.
And I'm real confused because Becca's like admitting that she's all in and he's saying that he is, but then he's like, I don't know, I don't know, and that's all he says. And Pia kind of just lets it go.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know if he likes
Pia!
her. Do you think he likes her?
I don't think he does. And I'm afraid to say it because I want to be wrong.
I know, me too.
Here's what all right, so I'm going to finish and then we'll talk about what we think.
Okay.
So he's clearly so fucking uncomfortable and he's just skating around it and saying that he's all in, but he needs more time. But then he's like pulling her close and kissing her forehead and he's sending so many mixed signals.
Mm-hmm.
And Pia's suggestion is that they just get to know each other sexually. Talk about what you like and what
Give
you
him a
don't like.
blowjob.
Talk about your personal experiences and all of this shit. And
Okay,
I'm
I'm
like,
going to defend Pia again. I guess I'm
all
the
right,
Pia apologist.
go ahead.
I think what she's seeing is this car is careening into friend zone and we got to pull it back. And a
I
way to pull it
agree.
back is to talk about sex, remember sex, be sexual as much as you can be.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
But she's letting him get away with not saying anything. And that's what I don't agree
I'm
with.
afraid what he'll say though. If he says he's not attracted to her, any chance of them having sex is gone.
I know, but don't you want the truth? He's not being, but we're just allowing him to not be truthful, though. Why is it okay for him to not
I
be
don't know
truthful,
if
but
I
it's
think
not for
he's
anyone else?
I don't know if he's not being truthful. I think he doesn't know how he feels yet.
And I think that's
Yeah.
possible, but then I think it's okay to just say
Like,
that.
just with Cam, like, give it more time before you say
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I think she's saying,
Yes.
"Let's give this more time."
I just feel like it didn't land that way for me, and I
Yeah.
left this feeling like, "What the fuck just happened?" She kinda just left them in the limbo like they were, I felt. I just felt like there was no
She's
real
like, "Go
advice.
give him a blowjob and let him go down on you."
But he
Like, that's
doesn't
basically
want
what it was.
one. So, like, she kind of threw Becca into an impossible situation,
I just had an
right?
image of his dick
I
being,
know,
like,
and
kinda
it's real
gross.
and it's, like, all overgrown and nothing's kept, and it's probably smells like dirty laundry like he does. He's got crotch rot, I'm sorry. I can't
Um,
look at him and not see crotch rot. I'm sorry. He looks like
yeah.
smelly laundry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I like him, I think he's a
I'm
nice
sure he's a nice
guy,
guy, yeah.
and he's
Uh-huh.
adorable, like, it's just he looks unkept. He
And
looks
I
like he
think
smells.
there's no other girl, like, of this crew that would take that on. I think Becca is the
Becca's the
perfect
only
match for
one.
him in many ways.
Thank
Mhm,
you, yes. I had
mhm.
yes, that's
Yeah,
exactly accurate.
yeah.
So, I don't know, Amy, I just think that he's not into her for whatever reason. I don't
I
know
get
if
that
he's
vibe too. I get that
physically not
vibe too.
attracted to her, if it's he thinks if they friend zone too much, or if he's turned off by the medical thing, or if he's turned off
I
by
think he's
the
just physically not
creepy,
into
or if
her.
he's just I know, and I think that's it too, and I think he's a good guy, and
Mhm.
I think he's ashamed that he feels that way. Maybe not ashamed is the word, but I think he
How old
doesn't
is
wanna
he?
hurt her feelings, and I think he's afraid of looking like a bad guy on television. Because you can
Yeah.
see him, he gets super uncomfortable when Orion's being weird and when Brennan's being weird. Like, you could see him, he's, like, in that group, said he's literally going, like, and, like, covering his mouth and, like, moving all weird. He doesn't know what to do.
I have something to say.
Okay.
These people are Austin's 31, Becca's 31. 31 is very different today than it was when we were 31.
I guess.
31 is like the emotional mental equivalent of like 25 now.
Mm,
And I
okay.
feel like they're just too so what you need for this experiment to work is people who have almost like the emotional maturity to understand that looks aren't everything
Yeah.
and that love can grow. And you're not going to get that in a 20 something. You're just not. Like, that's just not how they're wired. I wasn't that way when I was in my 20s.
I wasn't either.
That's not how they're wired. This is why we need middle-aged MAFS. I'm here for
Yeah.
it. Give me middle-aged MAFS. Give me the 45-year-old twice divorced mom with the pain in the ass kid
Mhm.
who it like is looking for a guy who just has a decent job and knows how to treat somebody like a
Mhm.
human.
I know.
And the bars will be like if I was on there, the bar would be so low. I'd be like, "You have a job?
Mm,
Great.
great.
Come on, I could love you."
I know.
Um,
You're not a
you
murderer? Great. Let's chat.
you know what I mean? Like, I just
Mhm.
feel like when you're older, you just understand that love is made up of so many more things than are you hot?
Right. And
And it's just not gonna work.
I don't even know that it's a hot thing because I look at her, how is she not hot?
She's
I don't
hot to
get it.
me.
She's hot to me
She
too.
like, that's what I'm saying, like, these guys are not mature enough to understand that they can date outside their type.
He is definitely not, and we see that just by his acting like butthead every time somebody
Yeah,
has a real question to ask him. He
yeah.
just falls into the, "Oh, I don't
And
know."
they also don't have, like, that cultural understanding of, like, your type is created for you by society
Yeah.
and by what you see on television and in the magazines. So,
I
like,
know.
they don't get it. I
I
just think we
don't
need and I will say this, I saw, I don't know if it's true, that
Oh,
one of
man.
the people from this casting department put out a call for 50 somethings looking for love. That's the show we need.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, I
Jesus
had no
Christ.
idea. I didn't see that. You didn't
I
share it with
would
me.
love that. I would love that
Me
so
too.
much.
Me too. Like, if you're listening, please,
Well,
please
here's
give
the
us what
thing.
we want.
I was wondering why, like, what is because this is what I do in my spare time. Instead of sitting around thinking, like, how can I make extra money to put my kids through college? I'm thinking, why do we cast 20 somethings on reality shows? Okay, so
Mhm.
what I'm thinking is the coveted, you and I worked in media for such a long time. The
Yeah.
coveted demographic was 17 to 34. But we
18.
know that 35 to 50 is the demographic with the money.
Yeah. Yep.
So they want, they think the 20 somethings are watching this show when in reality it's middle-aged women like us, like just these
Mhm.
basic bitches just watching reality shows.
Yep.
And so like let
Crying
us
because our kids are in college and we're lonely.
right,
I'm talking about myself.
like my kids are 17, your kids are 21. Are they watching this shit?
No.
No, not at
Mm-mm.
all. They're
Like,
watching TikTok, they're watching YouTube, they're watching Reels, they're watching
so
whatever.
my son's girlfriend, one of the boys has a girlfriend, they've been together for a couple years. She will watch because she knows that I like it, but, like, her
Mhm.
jam is The Bachelor and The Bachelorette.
Okay.
They're not really watching this.
No,
You're
and
right, they're not.
I don't think they watch reality TV as a whole.
I
Not
think
this
they do.
kind of reality TV.
Oh, I think they do. I mean,
Really?
I don't from my personal
Okay.
experience, my kids and their friends have, is what I'm saying.
Alright, maybe
And
I'm wrong.
it's definitely mostly the girls, but, like, my
Yeah.
son has been sucked into The Bachelor because the girlfriend watches, like, it's something they do, especially because they met in college, she doesn't live around here, and, like, now she's home for break and whatever, like, they'll watch it together, like, when they're on the
Mhm.
phone, like, it's like a weekly thing that they'll
Hmm.
do, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe that's just my kid, I don't know, I'm just saying. My experience hasn't been that, but my experience has been that this shit is not what they're watching. They're watching other shit,
It
reality, but it's not this.
it would just be refreshing for television producers to understand that there are people beyond 20-year-olds who are
Mhm.
looking for relationships and love and are worth having their story told.
Yeah.
I'm so much more interested in hearing my
Oh,
story now at
me too.
46 than I would have been
Same.
in hearing my story at 23.
Me
Do you know what I
too.
mean? Like, I had
This
nothing to fucking say or offer the world. I was
No,
an
and I didn't
idiot.
either. Same, completely.
Yeah.
But, like, when you look at the life experience that we've both gained over those 10 years,
Mhm.
right? I mean,
Yes.
divorce, children, kids in college, kids in
Yep.
school, kids
Yep.
in, all of, marital problems, this, that, and the other thing. Like, you have
Heartbreak,
those life
grief,
experience,
all those
right.
things that you go through. Yes.
Most of these kids these days on this show,
Yeah.
they're
I
not
mean,
there.
I think that's why Cam, you might find him refreshing
I
because you
think
feel
it
like
is.
he's been through some shit.
I do.
You know
Mhm.
what I mean? But
I really
I don't
do.
know.
And
I
I'm
don't know.
not saying like, clearly, though, Claire has been through some shit too.
Of course, she lost
Of
her brother.
course, yeah, and I'm not throwing shade on that. I don't know. You're right, though, we need the 50 plus crowd.
We need
We need the
middle-aged
middle-aged.
maths.
Mhm.
I'm holding
And
and
I don't
guys,
even think 50, 40 plus works for me.
yeah, middle-aged. Just
Middle-aged,
middle-aged.
yeah.
That's what we
Yep,
need.
you're
Yep.
right.
Guys, come at us if you want middle-aged maths. Oh, you know what I have next time on?
Oh.
It's actually an extended trailer. It's, like,
Uh-huh.
still coming up this season,
Yep.
which tells me we might not have an episode next week.
I don't think we do because of the holiday.
I don't know. All right,
I think
so
it'll pick up that
the
week after. Yeah.
So the couples do sporty things together. Becca is great with children. These are all the things we learn. Brennan wants to hug more. Okay, whatever.
Whatever. That was.
Clam goes indoor skiing. I don't know what was happening there.
No clue.
Austin tells Becca that he loves her. Fucking Orion is back and wants to build a bridge back to Lauren, and I want to burn my house down.
You guys, when I saw that, I was filled with immediate fucking rage. Why are they allowing him to do this to her? Truly, somebody tell me.
We need a police force to come in and put tape around her. Like, you can't cross this line, dickbag.
Yeah. Why are they doing this to her? Why are they even allowing him?
Because he wants to be on TV.
I know that. But like, come on.
Pepper asks Michael, broke down Prince, if he wants to try again, and his sister's like, oh, no. Like the Cody Brown, no.
Do you think they're going to try to put him with Lauren?
No.
Mm-mm. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think they're going to give him somebody, or do you think it was just to fill
supposedly he marries somebody else?
Wow.
So we'll see. I mean, because we're only on fucking day 18 or whatever.
Stop.
So Cam thinks Claire is toying with his emotions and vents to his new BFF Orion. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem for me.
Brennan walks out and Claire and Emily are off camera bitching about him. Emily's crying and Claire is like, he's giving you nothing. He's giving you nothing. Austin wonders if Becca's trying to brainwash him.
What?
Yeah, he says something like, when you say that, it makes me feel like you don't want me thinking for myself.
Yeah, what is that? I caught that. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I can't wait.
Then Becca says, sometimes I feel like Austin and I aren't on the same train. You're not. Brennan wants a positive person. One of my deal breakers is I want a positive person. And Emily's like, who is more fucking positive than me? I vocal fry everything, motherfucker. Yep. That is a sign of positivity.
Yep. She's not wrong.
No. Claire cries because she can't meet Cam where he's at. Lauren is open, to being open, to building that bridge, which is open to Orion. Becca sobs about feeling rejected day in and day out. And Emily crashes her ATV, and it's real intense. There's a lot of blood.
Yeah. Did you notice on After Party a couple weeks ago, she had like a cast on or like a pink, a hot pink. It matched her dress, I remember.
So that's what we have coming up. So
I'm not going to lie. I'm really looking forward to the rest of this season because I'm so invested in my people.
It will be interesting. It will be interesting to see what happens.
You guys, we all know that I am way more here for this than Amy is.
No. Yeah. I'm going to Cody Brown you. No. Let me get my hot water.
Throw the cup.
You listen here. No, I love doing this with you. I just wish it was like 12 episodes and not 30. That's all.
I was just going to say that I love this shit so much. It can go on for 7 years and I will still force you to show up and recap it every week. I'm just saying, you guys, if anybody is like me out there that is here no matter what, I got you. That's all I'm saying.
You're here for it. She's here for you guys.
Here for it.
Okay.
I love it.
All right, my friend. I will not talk to you in MAFS world before the holiday. So everybody listening, please have a good holiday.
Happy holidays.
Whatever you celebrate, have a good one. It's the holiday season. Maybe we'll be back before New Year's. I don't know. I don't know if there's an episode coming out next week.
I know we had talked about, I think we should address, because we talked about it a few times on the pod, I think, about doing the Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Not happening.
That's just not happening, guys.
Seems a little busy.
Yeah, I just don't have time. I'm trying to get The Crown out, and I'm trying to, do all that. So
not on the agenda, unfortunately.
The Queen has to address her subjects and get the crown out. All right. Okay. Love you guys. Jumping back door friends, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Love your bones.